Hello everyone, Warmaker here. Now, let me include the rest of the videos.
Saruman counts on the slowness of the Ents to anger. He plans to cut this forest quickly. His orcs tear out the trees to feed his madness. The iron they pound is the sound of their own death warrant. When the Ent sees the fate of their kind, their rage shall know no bounds.
Again? That's weird.
The smallest of this
Oh,
world
it's the same one.
about
Never
to
mind, guys.
perform the greatest of deeds. This is foretold. The last of Saruman's pursuing orcs have awakened the most powerful of the Ents. They shall now gather with many of their friends, and the Ents will find the will. They will march now to war, freeing you, my friend.
I don't know why they did that. They did the same scene again. Gandalf's return. Ah, no, you already saw that, guys. Don't worry about it.
The war in these lands begins. Saruman scouts with his Kreben while he devises his plans. His Uruk-hai scouts now swarm through Rohan, cutting roads and assaulting villages. His main army marshals as an unstoppable force, bound for the heart of Rohan. For Edoras, we now hasten, cannot be defended against such a horde. If they choose not to face Saruman in the open field, they will retreat to their ancient fortresses. I do not have time now to give you the aid you require, and all shall become clear in time. I must tell you now of the role that Ents will play in the war to come. In their innocence, they have lived in Middle-earth through many ages, sometimes in hostility, oft-times in peace. In their arrogance, the Uruk-hai think themselves an unstoppable force whom none can master. Saruman's pride will cause his fall. When his army spills from Orthanc, it will be lightly defended. Watch at dawn of a day most desperate. Then their might will be revealed.
Don't worry about this scene. I mean, this scene. That one and that one. That was the same scene. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I don't know why they did that. Gandalf's return. You know how it began, guys. Remember? We made him in one of the levels, and he tell us, "Oh, he did this, did that." So don't worry, guys.
I must gather Irma's scattered force. In this you can lend your aid. Our hopes travel with you. But you must search Rohan, for their legacy is scattered, their powers dispersed. I shall go to Edoras and free their king while you do this. The elves will ready their people for the struggle that comes. War looms. And while I shall attempt to persuade King Theoden otherwise, I expect he will retreat to Helm's Deep for a final stand. Soon, Saruman's ego will be broken and you will be free of him forever.
Hell yeah.
Saruman turns Rohan into a battlefield. He has used his power to drive them into a war they cannot win. He cares not, for the destruction will prevent Rohan from mobilizing in Gondor's defense. One by one, the villages of the Riddermark will burn. Their horsemen disperse, their will weaken. As all of the land flees south to Edoras, Saruman's armies will march on what remains.
Poor people. But at least we rescued them, right, guys?
Here on the frontier, Rohan's families farm the land and hunt their food. It is not an easy life. In times of need, all able-bodied men ride to war, as did the brothers of this woman who you aided. Scarce in material goods, her family was forced to trade far and wide for necessities, and now their whereabouts are unknown. She now must travel south and search the plains. Aid her in this, for her destiny entwines with yours.
The hell?
The King of Rohan has a son, Theodred, guards others of his family, Irma, who was banished, and Eowyn, the shield maiden of Rohan. Theoden's son was slain by Saruman's orcs. With him perishes the future of his line. With him perishes Theoden's hope. The king shall despair. This bodes ill for the people of Rohan. Theodred enters the tombs of his forebears, but leaves behind a war that must be won. Gondorian, you must help them defend their kingdom. Their future is up to you. Every hour the future of Rohan grows darker. Already those villages that lie near Isengard have been put to the sword. The villagers across the plains fight bravely, seeking to save what they can. Their horses and their future are all that matter to them. All are swept from this land like leaves before the wind. They make their sacrifice, my friend. Will you?
Already did.
Long has Saruman infiltrated the councils of Edoras, and now all of his poisons are hatching. Grima Wormtongue covets much as he weakens the court of Theoden. From within and without, Rohan withers. Irma was the last bulwark against the tide. Now to survive, he must abandon his king. The will of Rohan will break. It will become weak and fall prey to Saruman's armies. I shall enter Edoras with Aragorn. Together we shall cure this evil.
Horsey.
You must know how events are changing as you travel toward Edoras.
Ipona's song.
I emerged from Thangor with my companions.
Hey, that's not Epona.
The mayoress of this land consented to carry me forth in haste.
That's not Epona, man.
We did not tarry, reaching the Golden Hall as quickly as our mounts could carry us. There I shall lift Saruman's curse and steel Rohan for war. Wormtongue has not the power nor cunning to bar my entry. His men possess neither the strength nor will to master my companions. Saruman cannot withstand the power of the true white wizard who supplants him. He should be cast down. His spells broken. The King of Rohan is the first restored. Now you must help his people escape the coming storm.
Where is the horse and the rider? Where is the horn that was blowing? They have passed like rain on the mountains, like wind in the meadow. The days have gone down in the west. Behind the hills. Into shadow. How did it come to this?
You are young, Gondorian. You have dealt death, but it is not yet a great mill wheel in your mind. Age perceives it more fully as it grinds away the shell of life. To rise above the pull of the shadow, you must first learn stewardship of others, whose destiny hangs in the balance. This has always been the fate of those who wish to turn base desire toward noble purpose. Saruman has seen beyond the cycles to the greater purposes of life, but he chooses to turn the wheel faster to forward his greed. You are grist in his mill, Gondorian, but you are fated to grow again. I must be brief, Gondorian, for great events have been set in motion. I ride to send Irma to war. Grima flees to Isengard, filled with wrath. Saruman will feed upon his anger and treachery. They will send out their fastest riders to slay the refugees. They will be led by Shaku, the servant whose mind he has long possessed. Others ride ahead of you, Gondorian. Shaku's war bands fill the hills. Stay alert.
Theoden will not stay at Edoras. It's vulnerable, he knows this. They will flee to Helm's Deep, the great fortress of Rohan. It is a dangerous road to take through the mountains. It will be slow. They will have women and children with them.
My servant has failed. He could not reclaim an item of great value to me. Let the wargs decide his fate. Worm, you will have your revenge upon him. I shall have mine upon the world of men.
Yeah, but you lost.
You are close now to Helm's Deep, Rohan's ancient refuge. From here there is no further retreat. Saruman sends his 10,000 Uruk-hai here to shatter Rohan's future. The defenses must hold. That is why I call you here, Gondorian. This is your first test of this great war. The maiden whose life you saved will have her future changed here as well. And within this fortress, your dwarven friend will find his destiny. For the ranger who befriended him long hoped to reach this fortress. Inside lies more than you can imagine. Many fall on this road to Helm's Deep. Aragorn of the Dunedain, future king of Gondor. And Theoden, king of Rohan, met Shaku's warg riders after he fled you. The kings fought valiantly. Many brave warriors were lost. In the final moment, the fate of Middle-earth hurled toward the edge. Yes, Gondorian. All of Rohan's roads lead to Helm's Deep. Many hundreds of refugees are sheltered here. Aragorn must lead them, but his road was a hard one.
Lord Aragorn. Where is he?
Helm. Behind these walls, the future of Rohan huddles in fear. But Aragorn lives. And his strength has led him here.
You look terrible.
Now he will stand in the shadow of Helm Hammerhand to fulfill his legacy, or to die trying. Yes, my friend, one who travels your road knows much of Gondor's ruler and his will. She was raised in the court of a steward and exiled to the huts near Rohan's king. For in his greed and madness, Lord Denethor abandons the interests of his realm and the future of his people, all of his people.
Gondor. Where was Gondor when the Westfall fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us? Where was Gondor? No, my lord Aragorn. We are alone.
The rule of Gondor is mine, and no others.
Fealty with love. Valor with honor. Disloyalty with vengeance.
This is not the first time Denethor has cursed those who once supported him, or will it be the last? Gondorian, you shall now witness a terrible thing. For the wisdom of the Maiar has been corrupted to perfect the killing of other beings. Saruman breeds an army of his own invention. His cunning arms them with weapons for the open plain. He crafts rams, shields, and other tools of warfare that shame my order. And he brings terrible new devices to Middle-earth, weapons that will change your world. In one bold stroke, Saruman hopes to crush Rohan. This is the army he will unleash upon the elves and then upon the world of men.
That is no Orcorn.
Oh, the same one again.
An alliance once existed between elves and men. Long ago we fought and died together. We are proud to fight alongside men once more.
Okay, still got a few more minutes. Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I'm good.